Hey everybody, welcome back to Halfshelltoys and Collectibles. It is Monday, the last day of the month. Tomorrow is October 1st, and I hit my sales goal as far as my net goes. I right at the end of the week last week, I was basically there. And so when I set my goal up for myself, I figured I needed this amount for my total sales to get to my net that I wanted. And my calculations were way off. I just kind of did a quick calculation, like $125 in sales a day would get me to this much in total sales. And with the way things have been going over the last few months, I figured this is the number that I needed in total sales to reach the net that I needed to be at. And actually, I am about $14 away from meeting my total sales goal that I set for myself, which was $3,800. But my net is like almost $300 over where I was hoping it would be at that number. So I'm really happy with that. So if I continue to shoot for $3,800 in sales, which I'm going to, then I should be netting, about $300 over where I wanted to be, which is great because then I can take that surplus and put it back into my business. So that's the plan moving forward. So, it's not the end of the day yet. We still have half the day left to go, and I only need that $14 sale to get me at $3,800 for the month. So that's amazing. I'm super excited about that. I set that goal for myself like 3 months ago. So, and it's been slowly creeping up there. And I think the push to get Q4 items listed has really helped because I have sold a lot of Christmas and Halloween stuff in the last month. So, and those of you that are keeping track, watching my videos this month, you guys will see there's been a lot of Halloween stuff, a lot of vintage Halloween stuff. So that has helped tremendously. But I think the holiday stuff has kind of been like, I don't know, I would say 40% of my sales, maybe even less than that over the last month. So, which is kind of promising. So I have been listing more holiday stuff than non-holiday stuff. So, it's kind of nice to see that the regular merchandise is leaving the store faster than the holiday stuff, even though it's all I've been listing lately. So that's kind of nice to see. So let's go ahead and get into some of the stuff that we sold over the weekend. And no surprise, Halloween stuff. So I believe this was our last 60s Empire blow molds that we had to sell. I kept a couple for myself. We got a big lot of these in about a month ago. And when I say, well, no, actually, I think we have one more. We have the cat and jack-o'-lantern one still listed on eBay right now. So we do have one more left. But I don't know. I got a lot of like 8 of these about a month ago. And I kept a couple for myself because I've been wanting them for myself for a while. And then we sold the rest. So this is the last one of the haystack that we have, and he's got a new light and a new cord. I always carry these on hand just in case we come across blow molds that need them. So this one, his color is really good. He's in really good condition. No cracks or any defects in the plastic mold. And he went for $53.99 plus shipping. And so this person paid almost $64 ship for this guy. So sad to see these go, but also glad to see him go because we're making money every time one of them sells. But coming across a lot that I came across, it's probably going to be not one in a lifetime, but definitely a very rare opportunity. So we probably won't have that many of those for sale this time next year. Probably run across one or two of them at yard sales next season, and that's about it. So the next item we have is another Halloween item. So, and this is brand new old stock. So it's NOS, um, 20 light string jack o' lanterns. This was sold. So the Spooky Hollow brand right here, that was exclusively for Joann Fabrics. So, and I believe Joann Fabrics went out of business or they filed for bankruptcy or something like last year or the year before last. But this is from 2001, Joann Fabrics Spooky Hollow, and it's brand new, and it sold for $11.69. So it is considered vintage. Anything 2004 and older is vintage right now. And we're about to cross into another year, so it'll be 2005 and older to be vintage. Vintage is 20 years and older, and antique is 100 years and older. So our next item is, this is my last Briar Show Dog. It's in like near mint condition, and so this is an Australian Shepherd, and it's from the year 2000, so it's vintage, and it sold for $21.59 plus shipping. And I think that's the last one, unless there's another one in the box that I didn't see. But I got to get more of those horses out and get them listed. So our next item is actually this one right here. This is a VHS rewinder. It's open, but it's still in the original box. It's got a 90-day limited warranty. It's a Zenith. It works. It's been tested. And the person that I bought a lot of my electronics from, is a big lot of stuff. She had the tendency of because a lot of the stuff she bought new, and this is one of the ones that she bought new herself, she folded up the receipt and put it inside the box. So I think I threw away the receipt already, but I think this was bought in 1998 or 1996, according to the receipt. So, but this rewinder sold for $20. I had it listed for $26.99. Someone about 2 hours away from me sent me an offer for $20. I was like, sounds good. I'll send the offer off to another person here in Oregon. And so they paid $30 ship for this item, which is a pretty good deal. Our next one, this one, a lot of you guys that were kids in the 80s, early 90s, adults from the 80s, even 70s, I think they had these in the late 70s. But Beacon blankets. This is a Navajo pattern blanket, Southwestern style is what the listing title says. And it's for a twin full, brand new in the package. I bought a lot of 10 of these at an estate sale for $40. So I'm $4 into this blanket, and this particular pattern is like the most popular. Beacon had a bunch of different other patterns, frontier patterns and flower patterns. That would be the most popular. I think half the lot were those. And that particular blanket sold for $26.99, and they paid $47.28 total with shipping. That's kind of it's not very heavy, but it's just big. So the bigger the item, the more it's going to cost to ship it. So, but so I have a few more of those listed on eBay. That might have been the only one with that color pattern. There is one that's more reds and browns that was very popular in the 80s. And in fact, my parents even had one. And when I showed my dad these blankets when I brought them home from the estate sale, I knew I had that blanket hanging up in my room when I was a kid, over the door and stuff. And so, but when I brought him home and he saw it, he's like, "Oh, we got that as a wedding gift." So, and my parents, they were married in the late 70s. So, and 79, I believe. So it's definitely a late 70s, early 80s, probably when they started coming out. But he's like, we were so poor, didn't have any kind of art or anything to hang up on the wall. We hung that blanket up on the wall for art. So, um, so yeah, I have a couple of those particular blankets on eBay as well. So, and I do expect them to sell within the next couple months. Our next item, we sold another one of our San Diego Chargers beanies. We got these brand new at a yard sale. I think we paid $2 a piece for them. So this sold for $11.99. So that's a pretty good profit. They paid $19.50 total for that. Next item here is 90s kids. I mean, these were really popular in the 90s. Y2K, around the 2000 mark. This is a 12-inch, they call these like melted popcorn jack-o'-lanterns. And they plug in just like a blow mold does, but they have a little light in here. Some of them are actually battery operated too. This one, because it's the larger one, 12-inch, it sold for $26.99 plus shipping. They paid $46.21 total for this item. The next thing we have is actually a vintage Christmas item. And I'm sure some of you from the 60s, that grew up in the 60s and 70s and 80s, y'all remember these. They would put these, people still do today, they put them in their windowsill, and they've got some elaborate ones. Actually, I have some that I have to list that are like a 5-candle set for the windows. I have a couple of those I have to list still for Christmas. But this one is just a single. It works. I think it's actually a later one just because of the style of cord that it has and stuff. So this is probably like 80s, 90s maybe even. But this sold for $8 plus shipping, $14.75 total shipped for that item. And then we got a Jurassic Park action figure. This is from 1997. And it is from The Lost World. And it is Van Owen. He's in really good condition. The paint on him is amazing. There's a couple flaws at that one there on the back of his shirt, but he's in really, really good condition. Usually their shoes are all beat up, scuffed up and stuff, but he's in great condition. Most Jurassic Park figures don't sell for a whole lot, which is really surprising. But this guy sold for $4.49 plus shipping, and I'm like a quarter into him, so it's a good profit, even though it was a low sale. And that's what we had him listed for. So he sold for asking price. And then our next item is a vintage Tigger plush. He's a 10-inch vintage, so he's 90s. He's in really great condition. He's very clean. He doesn't stink. Sometimes these stuffed toys have got a weird smell to them, but this guy's in great condition. And he sold for asking as well. We had him, some of the other ones were listed like around $15, $20. But we listed him at 10, and then he was 10% off. And someone bought him for $8.99 plus shipping. And I think I paid 50 cents for him at a yard sale back in the summer. So he's been listed for maybe like 2.5, 3 months, if that. And guys, that was our last sale for Monday. So this is going to be a short video for Monday. But I was really hoping that we would have at least 15 sales this weekend. And I think we managed to do 10. Yeah, I think we managed to do 10 sales this weekend, which isn't terrible. But I always like to hit that $125 day mark. And I think both of our days on this weekend, We didn't even. I think one day we got close to 100, and the other day was like $80 or something like that. So lower than what I was expecting. But on the other hand, with my wife being almost about to give birth, I've got a list of things that need to get done around my place, so I don't have to do those things for winter while my son is here. I want all my time devoted to my wife and my son. So I had a long list of things to get done this weekend. They're all done. But the sacrifice was not listing anything this weekend and not listing anything on Friday. So I've gone 3 days without listing a single item on eBay. But we still managed to make, almost $200 over the weekend. So typically when you don't list stuff, you kind of get thrown out of the algorithm. And so, but luckily we still made some sales and we're really close to our goal. So I'm hoping that shipping this stuff and get the labels moving and then list a few things, we will generate some sales. So I need that $14 sale to get me to $3,800. So we're hoping to get there. I do want to share something with you guys real quick though. So maybe this will kind of add to the video a little bit. I went to an estate sale this morning, and on a Monday. The estate sale started today at 10 a.m. and it's running through the week and the weekend. So it's kind of weird. I've never seen an estate sale start on a Monday before, but it kind of works to my advantage. I did get a few good things. Some of the prices were a little high, which was I was expecting, but it was a family-run estate sale, which always means lower prices across the board, and it was. So let me grab those real quick and I'll share those with you. All right, so we did get this this poppable there. I haven't seen this one before, but then again, I don't usually pick up stuff like this. But I figured for $1, I might as well get it cleaned up, throw it up on eBay. So we paid $1 for that. That's not something that we bought at the estate sale. This is something that we bought at the estate sale, though. Thought that was pretty cool. It's a pin that you wear, and its nose is supposed to light up. I don't know. I doubt it does anymore. It looks super old. So, but it's in the original packaging. And anytime I see old Christmas stuff in the original packaging, I always pick it up. We paid $1 for that, so I'm just going on a limb here and say this is at least a $15 piece, at the very least. So we'll make a good profit on that, and if we can get his nose working, maybe even more. And then we got a stomper. It's not in the best condition, but it's a stomper though. I wasn't gonna leave it behind, so I think I paid 25 cents for it. So, I don't know the rarity of stuff in that field. I dabbled a little bit in Hot Wheels and stuff. I know very little about Hot Wheels. I know enough just to get by. I've sold plenty of them in the past, from new to stuff from the 70s, 60s. But like that stomper, I don't know what it's worth. I don't know what it's worth in that condition. This could be an ultra rare one worth $200. I have no idea. I'm going to have to do the research on it. So I got a bag of micro machines. Another thing, I know micro machines are good. They sell good. They're, 80s, 90s toy. But I don't know if there's certain ones that are super rare or not. So, going to have to do my research on them. And my thought is lot them all up in a lot on eBay and just see what they go for. Just, put it on like a 7-day auction. But I paid $20 for the bag. I think there's like 40 of them in here. It was like 50 cents a piece. So, I don't know. I don't know if I did good on these or not. Hopefully there's some rare ones in here, but I figured I can't leave those behind. So this is another thing that I saw. Paid 25 cents for this. It's just a vintage button. But vintage buttons do really good for me. So I decided to get it for 25 cents. You know, you really can't go wrong. But Choco Tacos, for those of you that know what that is, they discontinued them. I don't know if they are discontinued still, but they did discontinue them for a while. But it is a Choco Taco button. And it says, "Get loco for Coco. Try a Choco Taco." So I figured for 25 cents, you know, this might be a super rare button and very desirable because they just don't make this stuff anymore. So we'll do our research on that, and hopefully we can get like $20 out of it or something. That's typically what I get for my buttons. So, and this is the last thing that we come up with at the estate sale, and it is made by Marks & Co. And they're from the 60s, and they're just little vinyl toys, vinyl collectibles. They look kind of funky. We actually got another one of these at a pick a couple weeks ago, and I just thought it was cool looking. My dad brought it to me and said, "Hey, look what I found." I said, "Yeah, we'll get that too." So let me grab that one real quick. All right, so this is the one that we got a couple weeks ago, made by the same company, and it's a cop and robber. We listed this one for $50, which I was totally surprised. So when I saw this one at the estate sale for $5, I thought, well, it's got to be worth at least 40, if not 60, somewhere in there, somewhere. So haven't done any research on it yet, but it was $5. So I took the gamble on that one. I mean, it has to be worth at least close to what this one's worth. Maybe a little bit less because it is smaller. This is kind of like a double figure. So I don't know. We'll see. I paid $28 for everything that I got there today, and I figure after making my money back, I should be able to make at least $100, you know, profit on top of everything. So not bad. It was a fun little stop, you know, this morning. Kind of weird. Kind of shook up my Monday routine a little bit. So, and right now the Verizon network is down, so I had no way to like research things there at the estate sale. And then I went and did some shopping afterwards at Walmart. My wife is, you know, about to give birth, and when I was at Walmart, I was thinking to myself, crap, if she goes into labor right now, she has no way of getting a hold of me. So I wrapped up what I was doing there and headed home. Luckily, she was fine, but still, kind of a helpless feeling when all of a sudden you don't have, you know, all of a sudden it goes back to like the early 90s when not everybody had cell phones, and it's kind of weird, you know, kind of nice and weird at the same time. So, but okay, guys, that is it for my Monday video this week. We are really hoping that my son arrives this week. We have some appointments and stuff, but we're really hoping that he comes this week. So video on Friday, I don't know. We'll see. So if a video comes out Friday, then he didn't arrive. So appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Hit that share button. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and especially check out our store on eBay. I'm going to be adding stuff all week long. Got a lot of great stuff to add this week. Got a lot of stuff staged and ready to go. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys so much. Have a nice day.
One last when the lights go out, I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now.